Hello, and welcome back to Wonderland Asylum. We're back today with stage 10 of the Hachette Partworks release of Build the U96 U-boat. So yeah, after the long drawn out issue that was stage 9, stage 10 looks a little bit shorter. It's nice to be working on the U-boat again. As I say, I'm trying to catch up before the next shipments of Titanic or the Lancaster arrive. But without further ado, let's see what is in the pack for stage 10. Okay, so in the box we have the next piece of the hull, looking just like that. We have one side of the torpedo, again, same there. We have the other side of the torpedo with the trigger on the front, and same there. We have assorted bracketry for the hull piece, looking like that, 2 pieces. We have some screws. These are CP screws, which are the black ones, and AM screws, which are the silver ones. Obviously P means plastic, M means metal. We have the propellers for the torpedoes, and we have the propeller shafts, looking just like that. So certainly, as you can see, a far simpler stage than the last one. However, I do have my glue here, and the first thing we need is to get the propellers cut off. Now, I'm just going to check, because I think yeah, the two propellers are the same. So what it has is these two are a pair, so they'll match together, and you just need to make sure that when you put them together you have it so the propeller blades are opposing. So what we'll do, first and foremost, is we'll cut the propeller blades from the sprue using the sprue cutters, or side cutters. If you're looking for a pair of these on Amazon, I think they're actually listed as side cutters rather than sprue cutters. Then what we need is, take one of these, because it's got the pegs on it, so it's going to be easier to line everything up if you put the propeller in that rather than the other side. Then we take one of the propeller shafts, and again just make sure the propeller blades line up properly, because you don't see if you put it like that, the blades are working against each other, so you need to make sure when you line them up that the blades are all going to turn in a similar fashion. Then all you're doing is putting the shaft through the middle. Now the point is that you'll be able to turn the propellers. Now I don't see any occasion where you would actually be doing that, but that's what they want you to do. So and it gets placed in there, just like that. You see, so there is still the functionality for them to rotate. Now a little bit of glue pegs. Just a little bit on the end here as well. And I'm going to put a little bit just on the end here, because looking at it, the peg's quite far forward, so there does look to be a fair potential for this bit to pop out. Then take one of the other sides. I don't know if it would be easier to lie it down. Line up the pins there. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on them as well. Actually, I've put glue around the outside of the pegs there, when it's in actual fact it's these that are going in the holes. So there's a little lesson. Look at the other half before making an assumption. To say, line it all up, because it does have a tendency to want to rock about a little bit because of where the fins are. Push it all together, and there we have the first torpedo. You can see there the propellers do still rotate to a degree. Perfect. Now we're just doing the exact same for the second torpedo. Again, what I'm going to do is turn my side cutters the other way, so the flat edge is facing towards the sprue rather than the detail, just so it's going to give me a bit more precision and less likelihood of damaging the propeller blades, just because they are quite thick. For all they're really good, these sprue cutters, they are thick. So if you do have a scalpel, it may be advisable to use that on this occasion rather than the sprue cutters. I know I'm always a massive advocate for the sprue cutters, but that bit there I've actually left way too much. The sprue, so I'm just going to give it a little trim, because you don't want that either, or the propeller won't fit properly. There we go, that's better. Okay, so again, oops, and the same on this one. Okay, so there we are, perfect. Again, just line the propellers up. Slide the propeller shaft through the middle. That one's the wrong way around. Turn it round. There you go. You can see the two indents there for the propeller shaft to go into. And this time, put the glue up. Just knocked it out. That's what I say. It does want to rock and roll. It does want to rock and roll about a little bit because of the orientation of the torpedo fins, because it's kind of balancing on that, and because of course the torpedo is smooth. So again, put the glue in the hole this time, which is what I should have done last time, and would have done if I'd actually looked. Then line it all up. I don't know if it's easier to line the back up. Oh, it's rolling all over the place. There we go. And then clip the back piece into place as well. Make sure it's all clipped in, and let the glue set for just a second. Perfect. And then the next thing it wants us to do is bring over the torpedo tubes we had last time and slide them inside. But as I was warned before, they don't fit very well. It's a very, very tight fit. And that's because these fins on the side are a bit on the thick side. So, what I have here is just a small file. It's not too aggressive, and all it will just do is take a little bit off the side of each vein. As I say, these are going to be inside the tube at all times anyway, really, once you're displaying it. So, and that's why it's important as well to have the end glued, so once you start doing this, it doesn't fall to bits. And now after taking a little bit off, you can see it fits in the torpedo tube much more easily. Now you don't want to push it all the way down because you won't get it back out. Again, you can see that there is very tight. So again, file. Take a little bit off each fin. Not great design that they don't fit, but ew. And again, it's still a snug fit, but they do fit in. Perfect. So the next thing we're doing is adding the hull section, which looks like this. So the first thing we need is the bracket, which looks like that. Yeah, this one here, and it's going on just there. And that is going in with two of the AM screws, which are of course the silver ones, as I mentioned earlier. So just get all the screws out. I know there is a spare one, but I don't tend to keep the ones from this particular build. Oh, and I also need to, I wondered what was going on there. I need to change my screwdriver head back because the last thing I did was the hex bolts on the Titanic. Wondered why it wasn't fitting. There we go. Should go in nice and easy until it's tight. Same on the other side. There we go. And then this bracket here goes on there. And oh, they actually haven't given any spare screws on this occasion. Naughty, naughty. So yeah, don't drop a screw. You don't have a spare one this time. Strange for Hachette, they're normally very good at supplying you with spare screws. Perfect. And one final screw just going in here. Just like that. and that's what the brackets look like. So the next thing I need to do is bring the hull over. Okay, so here we have the hull that we made previously, and as I mentioned before, it's a bit wobbly, but we're about to add some stability to that. And if you notice, I've actually coloured in the water vents as well, just to add a bit of detail. All we're going to be doing is clipping that in, just like that, lining all the screw holes up, trying to make sure there are as little by way of panel gaps as possible, and then screwing it in with 3 CP screws. 3? Are you sure? No, 2 CP screws. I did think 3 is a bit. I can only see 2 holes. And the second one going in just there. There we go. And that does indeed add some stability to the hull. And that looks fantastic. And that is us for stage 10. So that's us all done for stage 10. So we've added another piece to the hull, looking just like that. And of course we made the 2 torpedoes and fitted them into the torpedo tubes, and they look just like that. So yeah, quite chuffed with that. What are we doing in stage 11? We're doing the other 2 torpedo tubes, so that'll be a nice one. They'll take 3/4 of an hour again. But yeah, thanks as always for watching. Any feedbacks, comments, criticisms, complaints, drop them below. Do leave me a like, because it does help out massively, and do consider subscribing to see the rest of U96, Lancaster Bomber, and of course the Titanic. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and as always, peace out everyone.